Hello, listeners. I am your host, Ashraya Marbir, and thank you for tuning in to the new episode of The New Default, the podcast that shares what has become normalized in our society and how individuals are impacted. We are students from the University of Toronto Scarborough and Centennial College, and in our previous episodes, we've touched on topics such as tipping culture and doom scrolling, two things that have become very normalized in our society today. We discuss why something becomes regular, prominent, and the effect it causes. Our episode today will focus on having multiple jobs to sustain living in this economy, also known as multiple job holding, something that has become common over the past few years. According to the latest statistics from the Government of Canada for the year 2023, the percentage of Canadians who held more than one job was 5.6%, which represented approximately 1.1 million people. Having multiple jobs was found amongst employees who had lower weekly earnings in their main occupation. In August 2023, there were three primary reasons why people had more than one job. Roughly one-third needed the money for basics like housing or food, another third to earn more income to save, and about 15% wanted to do work that they were passionate about, so it was perhaps a passion project or a side hustle. Do you have more than one source of income? Do you know someone who does? We're willing to wager that with the cost of living escalating, more and more people continue to have multiple jobs to the point where it is, well, normal, no big deal. Or is it? With us today is Ravi Sharma, who works as a financial representative who represents different companies. Hi, Ravi. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you help people with their finances.
Well, I'm not sure what you'd like to know, but to begin with, I have been in Canada I came here as an immigrant. I've been here for about 20 years. I started my career in finance about close to 15 years ago, as I liked the financial industry in a way. So and I like to help people. So moreover, that was a major reason why I got into the field. And how I help people, it's varied. I mean, every individual is different. Every family's goals are different. So more importantly, it's finding out what they're really looking for and figuring out how I can actually help them get to what their goals are. Everyone's goals are different. So at the end, as someone in the financial field, what's more important is what can be good for them, or what they don't know we want to show, and then provide families options on what they are looking to do based on their goals, based on what their aspirations are, and figuring out how I can help them do that.
What do young people need to know about budgeting? What do you think young people about to start working should know about the job market and how to manage their expenses?
The one thing that I would tell my kids all the time is everything you make, put 10% away. If you can't do anything else, just put 10% away. I mean, whatever it is. If it's your allowance that you get, fine, put 10% away. Just give yourself a habit, make it a habit of at least putting 10% away. And just make it a habit. No matter what, every paycheck that comes in, putting 10% away allows you to at least put some towards savings that perhaps might be useful for something on a rainy day, or perhaps could be something you can reward yourself with. The idea, though, is getting the habit of savings. You see, it's not about, oh, I have to do it, or it's more over creating a habit that allows you to understand that you don't have to be sacrificing everything in order to save money. Okay, you don't want to I cannot drink a cup of coffee because I gotta save money. I gotta wear I would say not brand clothes because I'm trying to save more. It's not about that. It's about realizing that money is energy. It will come and go. However, making habits that will help you in the future will set a foundation for you to understand the value of it, right? So that's number one. So number two, budgeting really is an understanding of really what is needs and wants. If you were to ask yourself, is it a need or is it a want? Now, based on that, you realize what you'll actually spend your money on. So when you know moreover, you have a fixed income, you know what your income is going to be, whether it's an allowance, whether it's a part-time income, part-time job, or a full-time job, or even maybe government grants that you might get on a consistent basis. You know what money is coming in. Now, based on that, you have three options. You will look at what's going out. What are your expenses, right?
Yep.
More often than not, if most kids are staying at home, and hopefully they are, or if they are working, meaning they're working at a job and in school, they have other expenses. So the importance of doing, at least looking at your overall fixed expenses, which could be rent, which would be, I would say, if you own a car, that would be your car payment or your insurance, or even if you take the bus. So your Metro Pass would be one, or your Presto card by the Metro Pass. See, I'm that old. But the Presto card is what you guys use now, what we all use now, right?
Yep.
So those are some of fixed expenses that you can understand. And then all at the same time, your variable expenses could be like your groceries, could be like, your phone bill could be also a fixed expense as well. See, when you know those things, then you also know how much is left at the end of the month.
That's true.
And when you know that, then your wants and needs can be also looked at. Yes, a need to, buy dessert or after food, or yes, a need to buy a pair of clothes or a nice pair of shoes. There's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, giving yourself a chance to understand, is it a want or is it a need? Now, if it is a want, can that want wait based on your savings of 10% every month? Now, if it is a need, well, then find out based on your budget what's left. And then if that need is extremely important, put some money away so you can own it. The idea is be very frugal in the beginning, but stay away from credit cards as much as you can. Okay? Having one credit card is okay. Having more than one is fine, but you have to be disciplined, and none of us are. The banks and financial institutions would like you to go spend that money that you don't have, and then you pay money back on interest. So we have to be very, very, very careful on how this goes.
My next question is, recent stats revealed that about a third of Canadians who have more than one job do so to make more money, maybe to help save for a house or vacation. What financial tools are there to help people like us just starting our careers and maybe with our first source or two or three of income that would help to save money?
Oh, there are many tools available. It's just the fact is, number one, I would ask you to create a habit of just saving 10% away. Once you do that, then you can look at options as TFSAs, our beautiful TFSAs and RSPs. Now, both of them work in different contexts. However, it's really beneficial to have one or the other in the beginning. You don't have to have both. Bottom line is, but again, the goal, what you're saving for, is important. So as you mentioned, if you're looking to go travel, fine. That 10% savings, you'll get to that goal quite quickly.
Yeah.
Now you can decide, all right, my vacation goal is done. So that's great. So what else is next? All right? Because remember, when you invest, there are two things you have to keep in mind. Number one is, when do you need the money? What is the long-term horizon of it? And the reason being is because the common fallacy is, and in today's generation, and that's what I've actually learned so far, is that you expect, do little, you get more, or you think you can figure it out. Unfortunately, in the markets, it's not that easy to figure out. You can try. Algorithms are there, index funds are there that you could go online and, do whatever and buy this stock, that stock, and whatever, and do your own research and do all of that. And perhaps I might help you. And kudos to all you guys who want to do that. See, that's a lot of work on its own. And for someone who's busy, let's say has 2-3 jobs, I don't think has the time to really figure those stuff out. And that's where someone like myself comes into play, where with a little bit of guidance and put it on autopilot based on what they want, based on what their goals are, it can actually set them up for success.
And what are some easy tips you can give us that would help us and our listeners?
Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the point is, cash is king, in my opinion. So don't get into too much debt. All right, do not go frivolous on a credit card. If you can get one and stay with one and be disciplined with one, guess what? That company will increase your credit limit over and over and over and over. because you're paying off those debts. Okay, just simple stuff, nothing crazy.
So Priya, that was a great conversation with Ravi, wasn't it?
It sure was. I mean, I felt like I learned like a good bit, and like while it felt like a lot of information to digest, but also at the same time is like, yeah, it was just like it was like a good bit of information to digest, but I still felt like I got some good takeaways from it.
Me too. I definitely learned a lot. I mean, the 10% for saving.
That, and then like the portfolio, like having the portfolio.
And the credit cards.
The credit cards and stuff, because let me tell you the truth, right? As you all know, I'm an international student from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, right? And before, like back when I was back home, I mean, when like anything having to do with anything with finance or anything like that, like my mom and dad would take care of that for me. Like I didn't have to worry a thing about that. But now that I'm living in Canada and I'm on my own, who has to worry about it and say about it? I do. So it's like, it's definitely a learning experience, and it's something I learned within the 3 years that I've been here so far, and like it's a lot for me to learn. So that's like when I realized like adulting. And even having and hearing this conversation, I feel like that's when adulting really kicked in. You know, from the time you start to talk about finance and banking and like loans and all of, like anything finance related, I just feel like that's when adulthood really kicks in. That's like when it's like a wake up call for you to be like, oh my god, I'm really an adult and I really need to learn to get my stuff together, and like I can't depend on mom and dad to do everything for me anymore.
No, you're so right, because even me now, like, he's talking about all the financing stuff, and I'm like, this is something that I feel I should know more about, especially as a post-secondary student.
Correct.
But I just haven't. So what he was saying was very informational, and it's honestly so good to know.
I agree. I really, really agree. So like, I mean, yeah, it felt like a lot of information, but at the same time, I took a good bit away from it too, because I'm like, okay, wow, I didn't know a lot of these things. And then it's like, okay, well, and then it's like, I should know it too, you know what I mean? But then it's like, well, every day you learn something about it, right?
Right.
It's a good takeaway of everything.
That's the way life goes.
I'm
You learn
telling
something
you.
new every day. For the first episode, tipping culture.
Okay, what did you learn, honestly?
Ooh. I mean, I really loved your perspective of Trinidad and Tobago. I didn't know that tipping culture wasn't very common there, so that's one thing I definitely learned. What did you learn?
Yeah, no, I'll just expand on that a little bit. Yeah, tipping culture, of course, isn't really mandatory back home, because it's like, you know, again, too, even if people do tip, they give like a 10 to 15%, but it's not really mandatory. People do it like if they feel they need to, if they want to. But yeah, it's not really mandatory, and that was a big culture shock for me. I know you're the host here, right? But I mean, we gotta talk about doom scrolling too, right?
Of course.
I mean, I felt like I flipped the question asking you, like, what did you learn about doom scrolling?
No, I love it. What I learned about doom scrolling, well, other than how common it is, that is something that really impacts people our age or in our like demographic.
Yeah,
you know?
I hope the listeners do too. I hope everybody is trying to understand what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, I think that was good. But I think that's a wrap.
It's more than a wrap.